Good morning, everyone. We're a few minutes early. I'm not quite down yet to figuring out exactly the minutes, how many minutes, but I believe we are 2 minutes yet before we get started. So I guess that I'm just going to tell you one of the things that I'm interested in right now, and I'm researching. This is something new that I'm researching. All you maybe not think it's new because I'm always telling you all the beautiful things that I see in my yard and watching. And this is a Izzy and Ichabod. Hi, Joni. This is a Izzy and Ichabod update here. We Yesterday I felt like I was watching West Side Story because Izzy and Ichabod were there. We heard so much noise when we looked out the window. Here they were. There were two other cranes in the marsh that were trying to come over, and Ichabod was going crazy. And so it was quite interesting to watch this bit of a conflict that was even um, in nature, not just with humans. So that was interesting to watch. And as I was watching that, um, I started to think about all the things that I really love. And I've been researching a few years now. I saw a sign when I was walking down by Peppermill. I saw a sign about a wildlife habitat, a private wildlife habitat, and I wondered what was that all about. And did you know you can become a wildlife scientist? It's called, and you can have a private wildlife habitat if you have water, food, shelter, don't use pesticides right in your yard. And so I'm researching that. And so we may be having a yoga class right there. Um, well, good. We have Sandy here too, and Linda. Yay, it must be time. Yes, it is 11 o'clock. I'll tell you this one today. Oh, Kathleen, hi there. This one today is maybe my favorite one that we've done. And I've been I've had some books on this, and I've been very interested in what is the difference between destiny and passion. What is the difference in that? And I know it has to do with the color of life. You know, I think I rather live a colorful life. I rather have things bright than just grayness. And a lot of people live in grayness. Hi, Liz. Um, so, passion and destiny. Destiny is the road that we're traveling, this life journey that we're on. That's destiny. We're moving along this whole place. Passion is the energy that pushes us. It's like our motor. And if if you're aligned with, so think of chakras, think of that top crown chakra. If you're aligned with spirit, with universal energy, with the cosmic flow, they will overlap because we each have a personal destiny. So we start out our life on this road, but our personal destiny is who we become and what we contribute to the world. So let's think about that. Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage and we're but players on it. Maybe. But that being said, the play that we're in is improv because we are also not just the actor, we, we are also the writer. We are manifesting this world that we're living in right now. The more we are aligned with the energies of the world. Um, it doesn't matter what you call it. You can call it um, aligning, intention, prayer, spells. It doesn't really matter. I, I'm I'm not going to follow or pray to a God that would have such a big ego that he cares what you call him or she or it or whatever. I just I want to believe that there's something bigger than all of us. I do believe that. I do believe there are um, there's this whole thing, and I believe that we're each unique, and so we're part of this improv play. And if we don't do our part, that part won't get done because that is how important it is that we live our life in this alignment. Now, as I was growing up, if people way back to my grandpa and would say this to my aunts and uncles and my mother, if and then they said it to all of us, if you become dramatic, Sarah Bernhardt was a big older actress, like during the 20s when he was when he was watching all of this. But if any of us acted real dramatic, they'd go, "Oh, thank you, Sarah Heartburn." Instead of Bernhardt, it was in our family all the time, Sarah Heartburn, if you acted too dramatic. And that's not what I'm not talking about being Sarah Heartburn. I'm talking about flowing, finding your path. Because when you align with what you love, you get healthier. When you align with what you love, your brain, your neurochemistry releases dopamine, endorphins. It takes down cortisol, the stress hormone, and you become more and more healthy, aligned. You become that you can manifest faster. So this winter, since we've been doing this, I think that I have made a big stretch. Um, I am finding beauty everywhere. This was my thing during the winter, is to find as much beauty and as much goodness as I could because I'm trying to counterbalance all the crap that's going on in the world. And I think it is happening. I have been working for my house, for my in what I mean my house, my body, and the bodies, my family in this thing, and moving out. So the other day, this is how fast things are manifesting for me. I had thought, I could use a little money coming to me for my new project, which I'll get to in a bit. But so I'm thinking about this. I dreamt about money, finding money. This was my dream. I found money along the road. I found money all over. And I did. I found a quarter along the road. The next day I went outside and a dollar bill blew blew from somewhere right down in front of me on a pile of leaves. And Jim was like, "What's going on?" I said, "I don't know. I do know. I was I was thinking this so strongly of what I wanted. Not money, but what I want to create." And it started to come to me. So I think I am aligning more and more. I'm finding more and more of my intentions to be stronger and happening. This is just alignment. That's all it is. It's nothing special that anybody can do it. And I believe if enough of us have the same vision, we can change the world. I really, really believe this. This is what I'm trying to create right now. It's called a private wildlife habitat. And about maybe 3 years ago, I was walking over by Peppermill and I saw a little sign outside in front of a yard, and it said private habitat, wildlife habitat. And I'm like, whoa, what is that about? Well, since then, I have done some research because it's something I'm interested in, and I can become a private wildlife habitat if I have food and water and shelter for the babies, and which is just like some piles of sticks and things that they can hide in, um, and a few other things. Not doing pesticides and things like that. And so this is something right now that I'm trying to create. I'm trying to create this place that is almost a retreat for me, for Jim, for any of you that want to come to it. I have benches. I'm doing different exercises on these benches. So it's going to be like a big playground, not just for us, but for the wildlife, for my rabbits, for my my cranes, for and Ichabod's really trying to help me. I mean, yesterday we had two other cranes that tried to get in our yard, and whoa, there was quite a range war here. And so this is what I'm creating. So that is my passion. Nature is my passion. And I want to align that. So I'm not looking for money's sake, because it's just pieces of green paper. I'm looking at for exactly, because I've been measuring exactly what I need and putting away for that. So don't try to manifest something for its own sake, other than like peace. Let's say you want peace. Don't start thinking of ending a war. Start thinking of peace of mind for yourself. Peace of mind. Because you need to just keep building on it. You start at the core and you build. Or if you like to diagram sentences when you were in high school or grade school, like I did, and you just keep coming down to the core reason. Think of that. Start with the core reason. So, if we're going to get healthier by aligning, we need intense interest. Um, love something that emotionally energizes you, because you have to have, if you want to create something, it has to have your emotions with it. Um, you can create uh, involvement. Get into this. I want to do this, because you lose track of time while you're doing it. I can stand in my back window and absolutely lose track of time. This morning with the rime ice on the birch trees, and a cardinal landed on that crystal with the white and the red, totally lost track of time. I was in that flow. Now, you can do it if you are a painter. You can do it no matter what it is that you are intense about. A sense of purpose, a direction. It's destiny is something that you know in your heart you're meant to do. And it isn't a big thing. It doesn't have to be a huge thing. In fact, and you're not too old to do it. This is the funny thing, that they think, as people that study this, um, see, one of my things is you can become a private citizen scientist doing this. I feel that the world is moving away from science, and I feel we need science. So I want to be this tiny thing. I'm not going to fight with anybody about science, but I can create my world using a little bit of science. Now, they feel that people over 70 are actually best for passion because we have a different perspective. We kind of know what energizes us and what drains us. It's not about being pressured, it's about expansiveness. Nobody's saying to us, you have to be the best at this, because that's where people fail. Curiosity. Now, these are the questions I want you to really consider. Curiosity, what do you naturally pay attention to? What is it that you just really, it just gets your attention every time? What makes you lose track of time? What do you wish you would have tried earlier in life? Now, this one is a little different. If I was doing my life over, if I went back to what would I have done when I got out of high school, I would have probably become some kind of a nutritionalist, because I really like to know about food. I really like to know about herbs. But you know what? I don't need to be a nutritionalist that goes to work every day. I have no desire for that. But I can keep learning more and more about what food we need, what makes us healthy. Now, rather than looking for a job that is going to that I'm going to go to work with every day to make a living, to afford a house, I can look at it as, this is going to make me healthier. This is going to be good for Gemini. What do we need to become our best self? So because I'm retired, I'm past that age, we now it's now there's a different meaning. We have a different perspective. Um, what did you abandon because life got busy? What what did you think about or think, oh, maybe I'd like to do that, but life got busy? You had kids, you had jobs, you had all these things. Think of that. Those are clues. What about a skill that you used that you enjoyed? That's a clue. Activities that made you feel useful, creative, those kind of things. Those are clues to what your passions are. At the age we're at, we don't have to do something that we're good at right now. We just have the joy of trying it. I might get started and think, I don't really care. I don't think that's going to happen, because I really do care about the the creatures that are in my yard. But nobody's going to say, "Whoa, you have to do this." Kind of remember when you were a kid and you'd say, "You're not the boss of me." Nobody's the boss of us right now. This is the joy of aging. We might hurt more in different places. We might forget what we went to get in a certain room, but nobody is the boss of us. So this is a good thing. We don't have to do something because we're going to be good at it. We're just going to have joy trying it. It's not a big commitment. It's a sampling. It's just a little sampling. Um, but you keep thinking, what gives you energy, what opens you up, or what drains your energy and closes you. What makes you feel more like yourself? And what would you like to try again? Those are the things that we're looking at. Your body, what makes you feel good, and that's one of the things that food can do. Your What makes your body feel good made me really feel good when yesterday I had a appointment, and I had a blood test, one of those fasting blood tests, because after a lot of begging and research, the doctor took me from 80 milligrams of the Lipitor down to 40. So now it's been 5 months. I had to have it all checked. Everything was really, really good. My body feels good. So that's because I believe food, exercise, life choices, those are the guides. Those life choices are the guides. It's not one big passion in life, it's all these little things. I want to tweak life choices. I want to learn as much about life choices that I can to be as healthy as I can. So think about that. What do you want? What is it that's going to make you feel good? How your body, your emotions, your creativity. What sensually makes you feel good? So give me some clues here in this chat. Does this trigger anything in your brain? Is there anything here that I'm saying that makes you feel like that if you don't try it, you're going to regret not doing it, not trying it? Think about it. And if this is anything that is feeling good to you, let me know. Um, think of it as a smorgasbord. There's so much out there that we could do. It's like a smorgasbord. You get to pick what it is, um, what you want. Kathleen, yes, watching the birds in the bird bath, and how important it is to them. I mean, they can die if they don't have the water and the ability to be able to wash themselves. So, how, if this is important to you, then that becomes a bigger part. I would really like to get some kind of a bird group, a birding group going, that we get a list of all the birds in Wisconsin and see what we can see between all of us, what we each can find in our own yard. Um, because passion gives you the colors. It makes you, it it frees you in your expectations, and it also makes you know yourself better. You're willing to learn who you are authentically. These things spark you. They 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 make that energy go stronger. Now, remember, destiny is not just what you do, it's who you become. It's what you contribute. Destiny and purpose are like cousins. So, your purpose in life doesn't have to be some great thing. It can be making sure that the creatures in your little area have water. So, Kathleen, Sandy, I know Liz, I know all of you that enjoy nature. But when you're thinking about it, was that right up there on the top of your passion list? When you start to think, what makes you feel happy? Now, life is a mirror. So what's out there, or what we give, comes back to us. Psychologically, it's just a mirror. And so when we do this, whether we're giving back to the birds, the rabbits, the deer, or if we're giving back to humans, no matter what, it's going to come back to us. It's love. And love just goes and grows and makes the world a better place to live. Destiny and purpose is stories you tell, and the stories you tell yourself, the beauty you create. This is your destiny, your purpose in life. People you touch, and the wisdom that you have learned from your passion. Now, wisdom is a funny thing. We can get all of our information, our wisdom, from doing things ourselves and learning that way, or we can borrow wisdom from people that have already done it. So we can look out there. This is what we're doing is this time, this winter, we've been borrowing wisdom from books that I have and I've read, and classes that I've taken. I borrowed wisdom from those people and I'm sharing them to you. Sandy, I love collecting stones and rocks too. I'm making a rock garden that I'm painting the rocks, and it's just going to be painted rocks. So, yes, all of these things um, can become our purpose in life, the stories that we tell, because these things that I'm seeing you guys write about too, the beauty that Linda's seeing like I am, when I look out and see the birch trees with the ice on it, and a red cardinal land against those crystal trees, there's nothing that I could see that was more beautiful to me. But what it does is it raises my endorphins, which in turn creates my energy different, which moves out and helps Jim, helps my neighbors, because our energy is like radio signals. And so the more and that you push out those radio signals to everyone, we change the world. So every night before you go to bed, I want you to think, what did you do today that has moved you forward, that has changed your radio signal? That what did you do today to help change the world? What did you do good? What is good about you? What do you appreciate about yourself? Because this is why this is so important. Because when you focus on what you like about yourself, what you appreciate about yourself, you are changing so many things in life. Now, just a minute. I just had something big fall. So, just a second. Are you okay? What? Um, no, it's something outside. I don't know. There was a truck that I don't know if it got a flat tire or what, but its back end is down a bit, and it's not doesn't have anything to do with me. Um, so what we want to do is think of what you appreciate about yourself, because I'm going to tell you about a study that they did with two bowling teams. They had these two bowling teams go, do their bowling tournament. Then they filmed them. They gave one half the films about them doing everything right, and then one half about a film of them doing everything wrong. And they had to watch them for, I think it was for a week before they bowled again. And the ones that watched them doing everything right got so much better than the ones that watched with everything wrong, because it's part of self-sabotage. It's part of a low self-esteem. There's always a payoff if you're looking at yourself as a victim or as somebody that can't do anything right. Whenever you look at yourself as a victim, there's a payoff. What is it? Did you need attention? Did you need somebody to say, poor baby? Or Do you need somebody to blame? No, that's not the direction we're going in. We're going in something in a different direction. We want we want to look at our power, the power that we have to change things. These are 7 steps to align with a passion. Commitment. You have to commit to what it is you're doing. If I am working on, for example, food things, I want to know the things that we normally eat. I don't even think it's food things. I think it's life, um, our life choices, our lifestyle health. Do you remember from the first time that we had this year? We talked about the fact that we have 70. Let's see, there's 70% of all the normal declines in aging are within our power to change. 70% of them. And I think I wrote that down somewhere. 70% of normal aging declines are within our control. All right, lifestyle choices. 70% of all the normal declines are in our control. What are we? That's where my interest is. Those lifestyles changes. I want that 70% control. I don't want to die of something stupid that I could have done. I don't like regrets. Regrets are so useless. 7 keys to align with your passion, okay? Commitment. You have to commit to what you're going to do, even if it's just a smorgasbord, if it's some little thing. Say, I'm going to try this um, for 7 days or 2 weeks. You can't just say, oh, I am going to try to, I don't know, I am going to try to play the ukulele and pick it up and strum it a little bit and say, oh, I tried. No, you got to give it a little more time than that. But you're not committing for your lifetime. It's not like, what are you going to do when you grow up? It's what right now are you committing to? So since I committed to food, what it does for us and things like that, I thought I am going to, because I need a lot of attention to it. I need a lot of um, I need to pay real attention to that thing. I'm going to explore food artistry, I think, where you carve, say, a spiral for a um, cucumber, something like that. But that's just like a little side thing that I think it's going to be fun. Clarity. I need clarity. What exactly am I going to do for lifestyle? My clarity is food. What do we need? Am I getting it? What are the foods that we normally eat? What do each one give us? And exercise. Because those are 2 things that I know are lifestyle choices that are going to move me towards that 70%. I know that my bird bath broke. And so if I'm creating this place in my yard, which is going to help my lifestyle choices because it's going to release the 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 neurotransmitters that I want. I need to get a new bird bath because mine broke. So I have to pay attention, commitment, clarity, attention. Stay open to whatever it is that is out there. Stay open to it. Integrity. Realize you are important. This is what happens to younger people. They always put themselves at the bottom. They're busy all the time, 24 hours a day. And we're doing this to our little children. You know, Gina is a 5K teacher and she just holds her head that these little kids that are 4 and 5 are into all of these different things, that so they go all day long with her, and then they have lessons and lessons and lessons and go home, and you know that people are so busy, they're not doing the integrity part, putting themselves first. This is different for us. We have more time. We don't have more time than 24 hours than anybody else, but we have less commitments. Put on your calendar, I am going to do this at this time. Persistence. Keep going. If you want to learn to play the ukulele, it's going to take a while. If you want to feel better, I think food works pretty fast, exercise works pretty fast, but if you want to change your medical testing, that might be a few months. But you have to be persistent. You keep doing it. Commitment, consistency. And then most of all, follow your heart. What brings you joy? What is the thing that makes you just feel such joy? There's joy in trying, because if you don't want to do the persistence, is going to be really hard if you're not enjoying it, if you don't see any purpose to it. There's I used to always say to people, you can do anything if your why is big enough. What is your why? What do you really want? So I'm going to ask you to make a list of 10 things that you really, really want in life, because you want to look at them a little bit. Joseph Campbell said, follow your bliss, and doors will open for you. You watch for the synchronicities, the coincidences. We want to grow our purpose, and we never want to shrink. We never want to get invisible. We want to grow. We want to live in color. We can do whatever, but the problem is that it isn't our bodies as much as our brain. Our brain is the problem. It self-sabotages us because although, I always tell you, our brain likes new things. It likes curiosity, except if it comes in conflict with an old belief. That's why you're going to make a list, and you're not going to think about it a real lot at this step of 10 things, of 20 things, I don't care how long it is, of things that are going on that smorgasbord, things that you are interested in. And they can be, for this list, it can be more aligning with spirit. You can be tweaking your lifestyle. It can be anything like this, because you don't have to put it down yet so much. You don't have to keep diluting it. We will do that because when you see that whole list, then you can start to see that there's things that connect them. Increasing my alignment with spirit is creating better lifestyle choices, being kind to nature, because those are all things that I think realign with my belief system. But if you have two neural circuits that are not the same, your amygdala says, stay alert. We got danger here. Because remember this is a positive and a negative thing in psychology. We are always running towards or away from something. Anything we look at, we are running towards it or away from it. If you think that aging is only declining, if that's your belief, then this is not going to work as well with you when you're trying to do something, when I'm telling you that 70% of that is in your control. You see what I'm saying? Then it seems like too much work. But whatever you put your attention on grows stronger. Those neural circuits get stronger. So mindfulness is paying attention to your thoughts and what you want to feel like. Fear is just vividly imagining exactly what you don't want. So if you're fearful about something, you're just spending all your time imagining what you don't want. And fear is a habit. It's a habit. We just keep going with it. And we're fed fear because it's a way to control us. We can move out of that. Science tells us that attention on positive or negative, it becomes our inner reality. If we put all of our attention on a positive thing or we put all of our attention on a negative thing, it doesn't matter. It's just science. That's going to grow. And it's going to influence our inner reality, our neurochemicals, our hormones. It's going to change that. And then our inner reality influences our outer reality. That's the science part of it. So you're going to make a passion list. Let's say 10 things where you want your ideal life to be. So my ideal life, I am thankful for the following. Will you reach your ideal life? Okay, your ideal life, you're feeling happy, you're in the flow. So if I ask you to say this, I am thankful for the following, and you put 10 things down, and at the end, you're always going to say this or something better, because guess what? Spirit has better plans for you, things that you don't even know. Better plans for you than you can imagine. I am thankful for this or something better. Then you can look at it and you can say, what's more important, one or two? Are they connected? What is the same about them? You look at those 10 things and you can think, okay, what is the same about all these things? My 10 things came down to two. That all of them kind of came to those same two things. Healthy body, mind, healthy human, this human pathway, and connecting with spirit in a greater way. It comes down to those two things. Every one of the 10 was a part of that. So try that and see if you can dilute it down to just a couple things. Then what steps can you take to make that stronger, to put more attention on it, so that every time you fall off, every time you feel not feeling so good, you think, whoa, I'm moving away from one of those two things together. So can I get a little bit of chat here? What are you thinking about? We've got one more of these, and if there's anything you want to go back to, or something like that, or you want more of, I would really like to know, because we've got next Thursday yet, and then we're taking a break because I have all sorts of things to do to make my ideas work out before the summer group. You're right. Fear is false evidence appearing real, and fear is one of those things that we all fall into, because it's really what it is that you feel out of control. That's what fear is. You feel out of control. You feel like something else is in control. And in reality, as much, although we are the writer and the actor in this great big play, we're not the creator, we're not the producer, we're not the director. The producer and the director is something much bigger than us. So there's going to be things that happen that we aren't in control, and that's fearful because we're human. So please, if not here in the chat, did any of this today um, touch you? Did it make you feel like that you wanted to do this, or um, I guess that's what I want to know. Is there something? Did you enjoy it today, or is is it not aligned with your thinking? Because I really want to know those things because I'm creating our our summer class, and I want to know what it is that right now I feel like if I don't get more from you, what it's going to be is I'm just going to be doing more things for me. and, and good, thank you, Joni, that it gives you things to think about, and it's a little different than I have been doing, and yeah, and I guess that the thing is that the more we can expand for ourselves and others. Um, is there anything next week tying up that you'd like to explore yet for one more time? Um, is there something that any of you are super interested in that I might have a clue for? Uh, of any of it, please put it in our chat, and we will I will be working on that then for the next week and a half, and we're all going to have positive energy. Next week Kathleen will be flying home, and we're going to give you lots of good energy. Brain and aging, that's good. I just got a new book about that. um, and so, Kathleen, that's wonderful. Next week, we'll put more on things we can do for our brain. Um, and and please, we have our other group, and so send me a message if you think of something else that you want to know about. Otherwise, next week, we will be working on more about our brain and things that we can do to make it more crazy good, and there is a lot of it. So I'm happy for that, and know that that's what we're off to. And Kathleen will be happy to have you back. I'm happy that you're back, Joni, and thank you for everyone that was here today. I really appreciate you being here, and we will keep going. We're going to get healthier and stronger. Goodbye. We'll see you all. Have a good day.